I'm Ravi Kumar V, Mechanical Engineering Department, Global Academy of Technology. Today we'll have Total Quality Management in Module 5. The topic will be Tools and Techniques. In Tools and Techniques, today we'll concentrate on topic benchmarking. So main contents of this presentation. So first we're going to learn meaning and definition of benchmarking, then features and concept, and why you require benchmarking. Later you're going to advantages and disadvantages of the benchmarking, and then process of benchmarking and the different types of benchmarking. Let us see what is the meaning of benchmarking. What is benchmarking? Benchmarking means simple way you can say that it will be improving ourselves by learning from others. As its simplest, benchmarking means improving ourselves by learning from others. Then what is benchmarking? The other way you can say benchmarking is the process of improving performance by continuously identifying, understanding, and adopting outstanding practices found inside and outside the organization. Okay, benchmarking is the process of improving performance by continuously identifying, understanding, and adopting outstanding practices found inside and outside the organization. So next, what is the benchmarking? So benchmarking is the process of comparing one's business processes and performance metrics to to industry best and or best practices from the other industry. Okay, so benchmarking is the process of comparing one's business process and performance metrics to industry's best or best practices from the other industry. Why are the others are better? How are others better? And what can we learn? How can we catch up? How can we become the best in our industry? So a simple way, the definition of benchmarking says here, benchmarking is the practice of being humble enough to admit that someone else is better at something and wise enough to try and learn how to match and even surpass them at it. The definition of benchmarking. The next, what is the main features of benchmarking? There are three main features of benchmarking. One, continuous method of measuring and comparing a organization business processes against those of another organization. Second feature, discover performance gaps between one's own processes and those of leading organizations. Third feature of a benchmarking is incorporate leading firms' processes into one's own strategy to fill the gaps and improve performance. These are the three main features of the benchmark. So, benchmark is an organization recognized for its exemplary operational performance. There are many benchmarks in the world, including some of the organizations here. Example, you have example here. So just consider a Toyota. Toyota company for usually they have benchmark for processes, Intel for design, for Motorola for training, for Scandinavian Airlines for services, and Honda for rapid product development. These will be some of the. There are many benchmarks in the word including different organization. You can see this. These are some of the parameters you're going to consider to operational performance. So next, what to you have to benchmark? What to benchmark? That means you have to identify some of the resources and capabilities that can add value. Maybe example, it will take some supportive activities, support activities in if any organization infrastructure. It contains general management, accounting, finance, strategic planning. So the example for organization infrastructure. Take human resource management, HRM. That be recruiting, training, development. So some of the uh, resources you're going to consider here. In technology development, you'll go for technology development, it'll be R&D and product and process improvement. And other column will take procurement. Procurement will be major thing how you're going to purchase of raw materials, of machines and supplies. These are some of the support activities you're going to identify in an organization that will add the value to or to make the benchmark. And other criteria you're going to consider here primary activities. The primary activities examples will have in an organization inbound logistics. Example, inbound logistics. It will be inbound logistics. You have raw material handling and warehousing, operations, machining, assembling, testing. This becomes under outbound logistics. Outbound logistics will be example warehouse and distribution of finished product. It comes as a outbound logistics and marketing and sales. There will be advertising, promotion, pricing, channel, relations. Okay, service comes under creative. And other activity is service. You take service, there will be installation, repair, and parts. Will be some of these are the some of the primary activities. It will be added the value when you are going to select a benchmark. So, and you're going to finally you're going to say profit margin of the organization. These are some of the what to be benchmarks. These are some of the identifying resources and capability that can be add the value. Let us see some of the commonly benchmark performance measures or we're going to consider that be the financial ratios, productivity ratios, customer related results, operating results, HRM, that is human resource measures, quality measures, market share data, structural measures. These are some of the commonly benchmark of performance measures you want to consider. Now next, why you require benchmarking? Why you have to make benchmark? Benchmarking usually gives us the chance of gaining better awareness ourselves. Better awareness ourselves. That is what we are doing, how we are doing it, how well we are doing it. And also it gives better awareness of the best, better awareness of them. That is what they are doing, how they are doing it, how well they are doing. Still, why will be the benchmarking? Why you're going to consider? Because benchmarking is a more efficient way to make improvements, and managers can eliminate trials and errors. Okay, and benchmarking also speeds up the organization ability to make improvements. And today, time is of the essence. And also, benchmarking has the ability to bring your performance up as a whole significantly. And also, you are going to learn from others' experiences. And you are going to set a realistic but ambitious targets. This will be why we required benchmarking. That will be what will be in the slides. I will explain some of the points. Okay. Next, three major some of the advantages. What is the advantages of benchmarking? There will be three major advantages you can see in benchmarking. There will be product and process improvement. You can develop product and process you can improve. By implementing benchmark activity, organization can improve their operation process. Okay, organization can improve their operation process. And other advantages, you can see time and cost reduction. Time and cost reduction, benchmarking is time and cost efficient because it involves in imitation and adaptation rather than pure invention. Okay, benchmark is time and cost efficient because it involves imitation and adaptation rather than pure invention. Competitive strategy. By implementing benchmarking activity, organization can improve their operation process. Let us now suppose if we take competitive strategy, build core competencies that will help to sustain competitive advantage. That is, here we'll suppose we take in access to verify a variety of markets and perceive benefits of product, service will increase, product or services ought to imitate and low cost leader. And second, so we can see target specific shift in strategy. Target specific shift in strategy can found here entering new markets and developing new products. This will be considered second advantages. And you have to create and you can create a firm more adaptable to change. So some of the advantages of benchmark. So what are the disadvantages of the benchmark? Disadvantage here, what is the best for someone else may not suit you sometimes, and a poorly defined benchmarks may lead to wasted effort and meaningless results, and incorrect comparisons, reluctance to share information. So some of the disadvantages will be occurs during benchmarking process. Okay, so how you are going to carry out benchmarking process? What are the steps involved in that? So in benchmarking, you have five different steps: planning, analysis, integration, action, and maturity will be the thing. So be first, you can let us see here planning. So planning will be one of the important process in benchmarking. First step, what should be planned? Identify what is to be benchmarked. Identify uh, what comparative companies. Determine data collection and method and collection data. Determine current performance gap. Okay, this will be the main planning. You have to identify what is to be benchmark, identify comparative companies, determine data collection method and collection data. And second, the second step in the process is analysis. That means in analysis, determine current performance gap, project for future performance levels, and in after analysis, you have to make integration. In integration, you have to communicate benchmark findings and gain acceptance. You have to communicate benchmark findings and gain acceptance and establish functional goals that will be considered integration. After integration, go to take the action plan. That will be action. In the action plan, you have to make develop action plans and implement specific actions and monitor progress and recalibrate benchmarks and recalibrate benchmarks. Maybe along with that, you have maturity, that is the leadership position attained and the practices fully integrated into the process. These are the some of the steps you're going to follow to make benchmarking process. There will be first step you have to make planning, data collection, and then second point you're going to analysis will be done, and then integration, that is interpreted, that is two groups must agree on the change, process owners, those who run the process, upper management incorporating the changes or providing resources and communicate benchmark findings and recommendations and get approval and establish functional goals. These are the interpret for product, and we have to take action on that. What you are done plan, suppose generic steps of action plan here, you can consider specific tasks, sequencing tasks, and determine resource needs, and establish a task schedule, assign responsibility for each, describe expected result, specific methods for monitoring the results. And the last step in the benchmarking process, you have to take action. That is generic steps of action. That be the what I told. Generic step of the actions will be specific task and sequence task, some resource needs, establish task schedule, assign responsibility for each, describe expected result, specify methods for monitoring results. Okay, these are some of the processes we carried out in the benchmarking. After that, later, next, different types of benchmarking. In benchmarking, you'll have different types on the basis of what is being compared with the other organization and who is being compared with the other organization. We can classify benchmarking what is being compared with the other organization, who is being compared with versus who is being compared with the our organization. Now let us see here types of benchmarking. On the basis of what is being compared with the other organization, we have four different types. That is, four major types of benchmarking are here. Evaluation beginning with the product, its product, and through to functional, that is performance, process, and strategic benchmarking. Then we have four different types: product, performance, process, and strategy. There will be four types of benchmarking. That is on the basis of what is being compared with other organization. There is product, performance, process, and strategic benchmark. And other type of benchmarking on the basis of who is being compared with our organization. On the basis of who is being compared with our organization, we'll have a different. There'll be internal and external benchmarking, generic benchmarking, international, best in class, best of the best. Okay, these are the two different types of based on the basis of who is being compared with the organization. Okay, we thank you.